fellow students and tutor and such, and the rest of the internet who follow this YouTube channel. Hi. So quick introduction for those who don't know what's going on. I am still at university studying to be a teacher, and I'm doing a unit ESH 151 children's about children's literature. And the first assignment for this, or activity for this course, is that I make an introduction video for my fellow classmates and put it on my WordPress blog, which I will link in the description for those people who do want to have a look at that. There's not much there right now, but I assume as the unit progresses more will happen. It's 074475 Lawson, no capitals, at .wordpress.com, so it's pretty weird, but that's alright. The first question that I have been asked to answer is, what is the book I have most recently read? Where did I read it? Why did I read it? And what did I like about it? The last book I read was a reread of a book that I really enjoyed. It's called Ready Player One, and it is about this dystopian future, I guess, where the internet has just become like everything, and we have immersion rigs so we can walk around and, yeah, we have avatars, and basically it's free to join, but there's all these different hidden costs inside it. The guy who invented it had complete ownership of it, and then he dies. But in his will, what he does is he leaves it to the person who can basically do these challenges, because he's a bit of a D&D fan and he's big on the 80s. So there are these people in like the like the 2050s, I think. And they're all called Gunters, which basically means they're game hunters. They're trying to find the Easter eggs hidden inside the game and answer the questions. And it's about there's a big, massive corporation who tries and does it and tries to kill the independent Gunters. And yeah, it's just about this story about this guy who never really felt like he belonged anywhere except online, finding his feet, developing relationships for the first time, loving the 80s, and just, yeah, basically just being amazing. And yeah, anyway, so I read it. It was a reread, as I've said. I read it as sort of my on the bus / bedtime de-stress book while I was on my last placement. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I love to read, and I find it's a really good de-stress. It's a good escape for me, and I find I'm really immersed in whatever I am reading at the time. So yeah, I also I've got a couple of ebooks I was flipping through and reading a couple of chapters here and there of my favourite parts of some Melissa Nathan novels, which are always really fun. That's really fun. And rereading parts of 1984, because I really like 1984, and I feel like there's more there than I got out of it on my first read. My all-time favourite book is An Unfair Question for someone like me. If I had to guess... Oh, no, this isn't a fair question. Okay, I'm going to pick one because I just can, I think. Yeah. Alright, so my favourite... okay, I'm going to go with Howl's Moving Castle because I love it. It's a book that I can always reread. It doesn't matter how I'm feeling, I'm always happy to reread that book. I love Sophie as a character. I love how she doesn't believe in herself at all, but she has this amazing gift, which is to make every object believe in itself. And I kind of think that's really funny and cool, and I love the way that magic works in the novel, and I really love the way that she relates to Howl, and Calcifer is just... I love Calcifer both in the movie version and in the book version. They're very different, but I love them both. I think Diana Wynne Jones was one of the most special minds of our time, and her passing was really, really sad. And I think what makes it memorable is it included our world, but it was but it wasn't just in our world. It was like there are other dimensions, but it wasn't explicit. So you have this feeling like this could be real. These people could be real. They could be somewhere, and I think that's really engaging. My favourite children's book is... Is this like... I don't know, this isn't a very specific question. Is this like middle to upper primary, or is this just like picture book? My favourite book when I was a kid was when I was little, was the 12 Dancing Princesses. I loved how tricksy they were, and I love the king's like, no dancing, and they're like, bitch, please, we can dance if we want to, and like all the princes die, and I find that really funny. And at the end, the hero chooses the princess who's not the prettiest or the oldest, who's going to inherit the most, but he chooses the princess who is the cleverest, who is the kindest, and I think that's a really awesome moral. Also, I like, but what else? I really loved Old Pig. I thought that was one of those beautifully illustrated special books, just about how, sorry, my rabbit is just like around my book tree, and I'm a bit like, yeah, I have a book tree. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Let's go this way. That will probably be better. Book tree and my rabbit. And I really love the illustrations. I love the message. I love that image of Old Pig knowing that it's his time and training up the little pig to just be special. And also when I was a bit older, Saving Francesca when I was in grade 6 just transformed my life, and made me feel a lot less alone. And so that was by Milena Marchetta. It's probably slightly older than grade 6, but I was young when grade 5 and 6 when I read it. So yeah, I think that's about it. Things you find about me if you met me in real life would be I'm a massive nerd, but you can kind of see that, in my book tree. And yeah, I think that's about it. There is more about me in the About Me section. I just don't want this to drag on for much longer. Oh my goodness, it's already gone on for 7 minutes. I'm so sorry, you guys. All right. Bye.